Too often, sales conferences are boondoggles, and they don't recoup their investment. Our point of view on sales conferences is that you must address 3 critical questions before you greenlight it. The first is, what's the primary sales objective that this sales conference aims to address? We've got to be able to say yes to that. The second is, what do we want our target audience to do better differently as a result of the sales conference? And third is, are we sure of this face-to-face format, or is it better served in a webinar or video conference format? If we can say yes to those 3 critical questions, we're ready to greenlight it. So in preparing for a sales conference, here's 3 best practices to consider. The first is to assemble a cadre that represents the field. So rather than just head office folks designing the conference, get the field engaged. The second is ensure that the conference is outcome focused rather than agenda focused. What do we mean by that? Outcome is, what do we want the participants to be doing better differently from a performance standpoint, rather than just filling in time slots with various presenters. The third best practice to think about is, what's the right balance between steak and sizzle in the conference? Steak, the activities, the content. The sizzle is the entertainment, the location. So we want to think steak first, sizzle second, but there's got to be a nice mix there. So in order to deliver excellence, if we've given this a green light, if we've prepared well, here's a few things to think about in delivering excellence for your conference. The first is pre-note, pre-work. Have the participants coming pre-engaged and doing some work so that they're ready for the conference to roll up their sleeves. The second is, and this is a pet peeve of mine, is make sure that the facilitators, presenters, are well prepared and have practiced. You've got hundreds of people there at your conference. They got to be prepared. And the third is, we want to look at our salespeople like professional athletes, and we want to be creating task tension. We want to move them out of their comfort zone at least a couple times a day so that they're feeling challenged. So if you put these ingredients in play, your next sales conference will not be a boondoggle. It will recoup its investment, and it will help energize and enable your sales team to overachieve on their plans.